Hey guys, it's Billy and welcome back to Sesh. Today we are talking about David Dobrik because since the David Dobrik documentary premiered at South by Southwest over the weekend, people have been asking a lot of questions. I made a video on it and I'll first say that the number one comment I got is, where can I watch it? And if you guys didn't hear, I talked a little bit about it at the end. The only place to have seen the film was at South by Southwest, whether you went in person or whether you bought the pass to watch it online or whether you got a screener to watch it. But other than that, it's literally not available for anybody to watch until it gets distribution. So whether HBO or Netflix or a company wants to buy it and put it on a streaming service, it will not be available online unless Casey decides to just put it on his YouTube channel, but I highly doubt that is going to happen. So as of right now, you guys literally can't watch it, but hopefully soon it will be out. But honestly, distribution could take months to even a year or more than that. But I honestly didn't know what David was going to do after the release of the documentary, as the last few weeks have been building up to what the heck was going to be talked about, and it had been kind of a big secret for a while there. Jeff was the one that revealed Casey Neistat was coming out with this documentary, and David has been going back and forth with Jeff, so I didn't know if he was going to say anything about it or address it, but David seems rather unfazed. He's posted on social media all week and all weekend long like normal, and even posted a new podcast episode titled "Caught Assistant Spending My Money," and he didn't address it at all. In the podcast episode, he revealed that he is kind of over YouTube though. He feels like he did what he wanted to do with his channel and he's made all these videos and doesn't think that there's much room for him to grow anymore. He's happy with the videos that he put out and he kind of wants to end things on a high note.
Joe, ask me a question. I'll be completely honest.
Do you want to give up YouTube?
Yeah, somewhat. I don't know. I kind of do, kind of don't. I feel like I've done it. I don't know. I don't know how to answer this in like the sweetest way possible. There's different days where I do and different days where I don't. Like, I'm so happy with the videos I've created and I made so many of them where I'm like, I've completed everything I wanted to finish on YouTube. Like, I'm like really content with those videos and like, that's it. Like, I do want to put a bow on it and wrap it up and be like, next thing, what else can I do?
So it sounds like he's going back and forth with the idea of not really doing YouTube anymore. He says he's just not in the same mindset with making videos for YouTube, and I think everybody pretty much knows why.
But yeah, and also I'm not in the same like mindset I was before.
What was that mindset?
It was like full-blown happiness. And you couldn't penetrate it.
I think if David was still doing the same thing that he was always doing and never got called out last year, I think he would just keep doing it. But obviously, because people are watching his videos a little more closely now, he has to really consider what people will say when they're watching it. I'm sure now he's thinking a little bit more about what types of things he's putting in his videos, at least more than he was before. People don't think that he's really learned his lesson, but I think that the whole scandal has affected how he feels about YouTube. And that's why he's thinking about not really doing it anymore. He says the process of filming videos is what he loves most, and maybe he'll go on to do something else, something similar to that.
The process of making it is real to me, and that's so fun.
Yeah.
Like the process of filming a montage at Coachella. Yes, we're not going like this the entire time at Coachella, but like it's like filming anything. That's the real me, is making that.
And I really wonder if David were to leave YouTube, what would happen? If you guys watch my video talking about the documentary, then you know that David had a plan to possibly kind of shy away from his YouTube channel and go towards something else. He pitched a show to Netflix, but they passed on that show. And I wonder if he would ever try to do something like that again, pitch that show or a different version of that show to any other type of network. His reputation for sure is stained now more than it was when he pitched the Netflix show. So I don't know if he would even get the chance to pitch something like that ever again. But he does have his shows on Discovery. He's worked with them multiple times, and I do think that if David were to leave YouTube, he would do a lot more business ventures. He's been investing in a ton of different companies, and he's been working on that pizza company. Who knows if that's ever actually going to happen, but he does have his hand in a couple businesses, so who knows? I mean, I don't see him being in fashion campaigns and like TV shows, acting in movies and stuff, but I definitely could see him investing and maybe hosting a show. I really don't know, you guys. I would say that he would maybe like a couple years ago, but his reputation these days makes me think that nobody would want him to host a show. But also with him saying that he loves the process of making vlogs, like filming and directing people, I wonder if he would try to do that. But at the same time, I like don't even know if he could, because with his vlogs, he can do whatever he wants. And obviously if he's making something that is going to be under a company or like a studio, he's going to have to follow rules, and it's going to have to be following safety measures, and he can't just do whatever he wants. He's gonna have to get like approval for stuff, and I wonder how he would like it if that were the case. But speaking of David, we need to talk about Trisha, because Trisha has had some things to say about all that has come out about David in the last couple of weeks. Obviously, Trisha was one of the first people to have come forward about how toxic the Vlog Squad really is. I mean, there's that iconic video that I will never forget of Trisha crying, talking about how David is horrible because her relationship with Jason Nash was over, and she was just so hurt and upset that David came between them.
Oh God, I like it physically just broke my heart. She said, "This is it. This is it." Like, you're in a car with David and Tana and like who, God knows who else, at midnight at USC with other random girls. It's like, that's not someone I want to date for the rest of my life.
And she was calling out multiple people from the Vlog Squad, and it just wasn't good. And people thought that Trisha was the crazy one at that time. Obviously, people have their opinions on Trisha, but at the time, people were like, no, she's crazy. We cannot believe her. How could anyone believe what she's saying? Like, of course, they don't want her in the Vlog Squad. Well, as we all learned from last year, the things that Trisha were saying were actually pretty true about how toxic the Vlog Squad really was. And when Trisha was on Frenemies, a lot of that stuff just kept coming to light. It became more and more clear that Trisha had real stories of things that happened to her while she was in the Vlog Squad, and she was really, really hurt by those things. And Ethan was obviously super supportive of everything that she was saying, and with his support backing her, a lot more people were willing to listen to her. So of course, this week, Trisha had to remind everyone what happened, and that originally no one really believed her when she came out about this stuff. She posted a TikTok with the audio, "Can we just be honest? I was never as bad as you made me out to be." And it was her with a tweet behind her that reads, "I tell you, time is forever Trisha Paytas' best friend. I remember the hate people were throwing at her, saying she was a hater, jealous, crazy. And now again, it took a man, Casey Neistat, covering the squad for people to see what Trisha said all along." Then Trisha posted another TikTok that said, "Thinking about the time I ended up in a mental institution because David Dobrik showed up at the hospital where I just had my stomach pumped. So I tried to run away and they restrained me, but the whole internet canceled me because David was just trying to help. Even though him and Natalie and Jason posted clips I didn't want out there a week prior." Now, this is in reference to one of David's vlogs that Trisha did not want posted on the internet that included Jason, David, and Tana making a joke about having, group with Trisha, like Jason, Tana, and Trisha together, And Trisha was not having this whatsoever. This really upset her, and she told David not to put it in, and well, he left it in anyways. And she's just trying to say once again that they put her through the ringer when she was in the Vlog Squad. But of course, I do have to say that somebody did point out that there was a specific part of this TikTok that Trisha said that didn't really line up with some things that she said in the past. And they highlighted this line specifically, "Hospital where I just had my stomach pumped." And they caught her telling a different story at a different time.
Did you have to have your stomach pumped?
No, so they did find it in my system, but it wasn't enough. Like, honestly, and like I wasn't like, I didn't even take them thinking like I'm going to do this, I'm going to kill myself. Like, I was just thinking like I already had drinking alcohol that night, and then I took some pain pills to take the pain away. So no, I didn't have a stomach pump, but I would say 10 pills. Is that a lot? I don't know.
That's a lot.
Maybe 8. I don't know. I didn't count them out. I don't know. And the whole bottle. Like, I took like a whole bottle of Xanax.
Why?
They pumped my stomach. It was, yeah.
Honestly, I'm not surprised because this isn't the first time Trisha has been called out for not having her story correct, but it's not a good look. It's not a good look. At the end of the day though, it's obviously clear that being in the Vlog Squad was very toxic and Trisha should not have been in it at all because toxicity on toxicity, that's not a good combination. But I definitely want to know what you guys think about all of this because it is quite crazy. Trisha coming on and talking about this, David acting like nothing's gone on and saying how he wants to leave YouTube. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love you guys so much and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.